Hello again. Funny seeing you here. Hope you've all been healthy. Today's video is all about some easy DIYs you can do at home with or without a sewing machine. I've been real bored lately, so I thought I would sort through my donation bag and pick out a few things that I could transform, and that's this video, so let's go. So I decided to choose these two tops. Now I'm going to decide what kind of thread I want. I went with a lime green thread for that contrast stitch. And then I'm just measuring where I want the bottom of the top to land on my body, and so obviously it's a crop top. And then I'm measuring just about an inch more than I want to cut off, just in case. You know what I mean. And then I'm gonna cut away that extra fabric. This top is going to be the base. Now I'm measuring the width of my top just to make sure I know where the center is. I'm going to draw a line up and down, and that's where I'm going to snip. I ended up also cutting out the side seam and up towards the armpit and shoulder area. I'm going to take what I just cut off, pin it to my other fabric, and cut that out as well. Just leaving a bit of room in case I mess up along the line. I decided to cut off the other side of that top as well and pin it back together because I'm going to do the stitching on the outside and I wanted the lime green thread to be seen all the way through. So you just cut it and pin it back together like Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder, can we fix it?
I'm taking that purple fabric that I cut out and pinning it to the other side. And voila! I decided to cut off the neckline as well so that I would sew that lime green on top. And before you actually sew on the fabric, make sure you test out what kind of zigzag stitch you want. So here I'm testing out a bunch of different stitches, different width, different stitch length, all that kind of stuff. Make sure I like the look of it. You just sew what you pinned together I also ended up sewing the bottom of the shirt and the neckline. And here's the result. It turned out pretty okay, kind of a lettuce hem, which is in style. Here's Lauscher, my mother's cat, little egg. Alright, moving on to the next top. This one is going to become a tank top. I'm using an existing tank top that I have just to draw an outline. I'm going to cut it out and figure out how close I want it to my body. And I pinned it and sewed along. One thing they don't tell you about sewing is a lot of licking. Once I finished sewing the sides, I cut off the extra fabric. I measured the height of the seam and also decided on which width I wanted. So I decided on 1 inch, and here I'm just cutting 2 strips of fabric. These are going to be where I create the channels for the sides of the top. So make sure this is on the inside of the top. You're going to pin that down. And essentially what we're going to do, we're going to sew 3 lines down the center, and this is going to create 2 channels for our top. So first I'm sewing a stitch along the right side of the channel, and then the left side, and then down the center. And now we're just going to cut our strips. I'm cutting 2 long strips of the fabric we saw earlier. And then I'm just going to stretch them out a bit. And I'm going to take a safety pin. This is what worked for me. Pin it to one edge of the strand and work its way through the top, through the channels. Make sure you cut off any excess fabric. And then you turn it right side out, and look at that. You've got a top. And so here you can see it makes that little scrunched up look, and you just tie it as tight as you want. There you go. That's another easy top done. Another top you can do is just take any old top and take some bleach in a spray bottle, scrunch it up any which way and spray it, and that's the outcome. Isn't that great? I kind of forgot to do the back, but there you go. And then I made a similar top to the first technique, it's just not as good with color changing thread. Thanks for joining us again. She hates this. She hates it. Do you love me? Just say yes. She's trying to escape. Okay, she didn't like any of that, but yep, thanks for joining us again. I hope you liked that one. Stay safe, take care, and see you next time. How's the bread coming along to you?